I'm here to advocate for Vietnam veterans. Vietnam veterans are different than veterans from other wars, as usually when the United States is involved in a war, especially a foreign war, soldiers are seen as heroes. Their actions are supported wholeheartedly by the American public, and this is not the case for Vietnam veterans. The war ran from 1954 to 1975, the peak of which was in 1961 to 1970 when most soldiers went over there. And there was so much opposition to the war at home that in this case it extended to the soldiers. And they began to be seen as murderers, as agents of a terrible war, of a terrible decision. And they did not get much support while they were there. When they came home, they were not seen as heroes. They were not given parades. And therefore, the trauma that they experienced as soldiers through the daily life of conflict became much worse for these veterans. And it became unaddressed, and it was unaddressed through the decades. And even today, that post-traumatic stress disorder incidents of PTSD are much higher in soldiers that served in Vietnam than any other veterans group. So in my town, local agencies have decided to tackle post-traumatic stress disorder head-on. We are having weekly meetings for veterans and their families. These are all free of charge. We are having task force that are coming together that are going block by block to talk to veterans about the effectiveness of our weekly meetings, to see if anything else needs to be done. And your support, seeing as how you're government officials and you have access to a lot of money, your support would be tremendous. This would be absolutely amazing for these veterans by enabling us to hold bigger meetings, to have train more staff, to hold more meetings in different areas based on that are who are trauma informed and knowledgeable about post-traumatic stress disorder. And as I said, this is the single biggest issue affecting Vietnam veterans is PTSD. So your support would be tremendous, and thank you so much for letting me come today.